Well. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, glad to have you. It is Friday. We are in here live streaming. We're going to be here for quite a while. I want to actually try something new this morning with every one of you. If you're watching this for the first time, if you're here for the first time on my channel, glad to have you again. And welcome, by the way. What we do here on my channel is workout vlogs. We do reactions, and we also do live streams. We go live on this thing. Whenever something comes up, something that I need to cover specifically in a effective manner, then I'll get on here live and we'll go through whatever we need to cover. And our intention here is to stay motivated, stay knowledgeable, and stick to the basics when it comes down to fitness, nutrition, overall training, rest periods, sleep patterns, everything that's necessary for you to heal, recover, repair, build, get stronger, better, faster, being as efficient as possible, adapting and overcoming. All that is going to be here on my channel. So we're going to wait just 1 minute or 1 or 2 minutes just to see if we can get more people on here so we can have a good chatting session here. If you have a question, comment, or concern, make sure you leave it down below. I love reading your comments, answering your questions, all that good stuff. And we're going to be reacting to a video here. It's called Just One Last Sweet Fix. This one came out around 5 years ago. Around this time of the month, around 5 years ago. And Addicted to Sugar, Freaky Eaters, Only Human. So we're going to be reacting to this video, and we're also going to be answering maybe 1 or 2 questions on the Reddit fitness section. I've always noticed that some people get on this Reddit right here. Some people get on here and never get their questions answered. So I'm gonna get on here on my channel and I'm gonna answer their question here live on video to the best of my ability, and I'll also answer it there on their article or on their question there on the Reddit section of that platform. So we're gonna have a little bit of a good motivational time this morning, just to keep everybody on the same page when it comes down to fitness, nutrition, having a good time. It is Friday. We're going into the weekend, and I've always practiced faith first, family, fitness, and fun. Okay, those 4 factors there are always in mind. Faith, family, fitness, faith. Faith, family, fitness, fun. There you go. Faith, family, fitness, fun. And fun usually comes on the weekend. Me and my family, we usually go out. We like to go eat at restaurants. We'll go to theme parks, or we'll go visit a certain family member out of town usually, or here and there. And we like to enjoy ourselves. We're actually usually in a meal plan throughout the week, depending where we're at, fitness level or body composition wise. We'll get on the pretty strict meal plan throughout the week, just to maintain a certain level of physique, certain level of performance, all that, strength, all that. And if you're trying to transform, then it's going to be the same exact strictness, just for a longer period of time. All right, so let's see what we can get into this morning. Like I said, we're going to be reacting to that video there and the Reddit that we have up here right now. Pretty good question. I want to make sure I answer it to the best of my ability here. But first thing first, we're going to be reacting to this video here. All right, I think we are ready. We are set. It is May 27, 09:57 in the morning. We're going to try to go as long as possible here on this live stream. And we can do everything here. We can do gaming. We can do video reactions. We can do website reaction or answering questions from a certain website, if you have anything in mind that you would like for me to answer, military, training, nutrition, anything like that, then right now is the time to ask that question. Oh, and one more thing, fitness, right? Overall fitness, because fitness and training, it is different. Fitness is a little bit different from training. Fitness is you're trying to keep up with a certain body composition on your level of performance, but then training, you're actually training for some kind of event, some kind of testing, or something that you're up for to either pass or complete. But yeah, so let's get into it. Are you guys ready? I'm ready. Let's get the video started. All right. So if you're new to my channel, very first time here, my name is Manny. Glad to meet you. I'm a certified personal trainer, creator, owner, and lead instructor of Manny's Fitness Program. We specialize on online coaching, personal and group training, either personal training or boot camps and stuff like that, online coaching. And we do that for muscle building, fat loss, and overall better health and performance. If you have a question, comment, or concern, make sure you leave it down below. I was also in the military for a few years, in the Marine Corps to be more specific. I was a martial arts instructor there. I'm a veteran, served in Operation Iraqi Freedom, and I was a drill instructor there as well. So I'll be giving my advice, my recommendation based on my training, my certification, my experience, all that. So let's get into it. I never seen this video here, so I want to give you guys my very first reaction to it, my unbiased opinion, advice, and all that. So let's see what's going on. Maybe this video can help you overcome a certain addiction when it comes down to sugars, salts, especially carbohydrates. There's some good carbohydrates, there's some bad carbohydrates depending on the processing. Always stick to normal organic carbohydrates, especially from fruits and vegetables, especially from those two. Those two are the main complex carbohydrates that we're trying to get. Simple carbohydrates will be coming from fruits, sweets, and stuff like that. So let's make sure we understand that carbs are not the enemy. It's not really the enemy, but it's one that has to be controlled. It needs to be controlled more than fats and oils, more than proteins, because fats and oils, proteins are going to satiate you. They're going to fill you up quicker than carbs. So it's easier to limit your calorie intake when you consume more proteins, good fats, and oils. All right, so let's check it out.
Christine is addicted to sugar.
Sugar is the love of my life.
Candy bars, jelly beans.
Sugar is the love of her life. Something happened. And one thing that I mentioned to somebody recently is that I don't really like to do reaction videos too much. I don't, because I don't know the whole spectrum behind it, like the whole background, all the information, their upbringing, certain traumatic events or certain habits that they picked up throughout their lifetime, how they grew up on the nutrition, diet side, and all that needs to come into play in order for you to give your best judgment, your best reaction to it, because you just never know. But we're gonna play with what we have, and let's see what I can give just based on what they give us here on this video. But I don't know these people individually or personally or anything like that, so I could only give so much. Let's check it out.
Cakes. She can't go a single hour without a sugar fix.
My cupboard cannot be empty.
Her son Kevin is sick with worry.
If things don't change, I can see getting a phone call in the middle of the night from a hospital in California.
With 1 week of intense therapy, can experts Mike Dow and JJ Virgin help Christine to let go of the
All right, so she's going to be going through therapy for just overeating, just having an indulgence, having that sugar craving. And this is some real stuff right here. You can actually be addicted to sugar. It's like a drug. Sugar can become a drug to you. Sugar can become a drug, and too much sugar in the body will create havoc in the body, especially in your digesting system, your insulin levels. Man, you know, whatever sugar, carb, or just overall protein or calorie intake, if it's too much, even if it's on the protein side, it can still convert into bad body fat. I say bad body fat because there is such a thing as good fat, good oils, which are ketones, which are an energy source type of fat. But we're not going to talk about that on this one. We're going to talk about the bad fat that we need to get rid of. Excess body fat will hinder your performance, your joint lubrication, your digesting system. But we do need a little bit of that body fat. We need a good amount for it to lubricate your joints properly, your digesting system, so on and so on. So let's check it out.
past.
That addiction is not just affecting you.
You can't just take it away.
And that's true. You cannot just take it away. Depending what level of addiction one is, you cannot just stop automatically. And there has been people that have done that, stopping cold turkey. It's almost like going in a vehicle 100 miles per hour without a seatbelt on. What's going to happen if you instantly hit the brakes? You will fly out the vehicle like a sack of potatoes. So yeah, depending, the speed resembles the level of addiction. So I'm thinking this person is going 100 miles per hour on that level of addiction. So be very careful when you stop something cold turkey, because you can go through withdrawals, and those withdrawals can actually have a permanent side effect to your body function. So you got to be careful with that.
You can't.
Before it destroys her future.
The stakes are high. We are talking about Christine's health, happiness, and really her life.
All right, so first thing I want to pass, calories are not created equal. Calories are not created equal. Let's say your daily calorie requirement is 1,500 calories. You can't just eat 1,500 calories of carbohydrates and you're good to go. That's not going to work. That is not going to work, because it's a macronutrient. You have to have macronutrients, proteins, good fats, good oils, and carbs. And the level, the way that you split that up is going to pertain to what kind of goal you're trying to reach. Let me see. The only people that should have high carbohydrates in their diet is those that do a heavy dose of cardio. Like, let's say long distance runners, they actually need way more carbs, way more electrolytes than normal individual, because they're going to be needing a lot of glucose or ketones. If you're doing, let's say, the ketogenic diet, you end up burning ketones instead of glucose. That's fine. You're going to need way more than usual. When it comes down to just regular resistance training, just overall muscle building, then you're going to have to balance that out, where your protein is up there with your carbs, and good fats, good oils are also around the same area there. Carbs shouldn't be above when it comes down to muscle building in the bulking stage. Okay, I'm talking about mass, not just lean muscle tissue. Christine, sugar addict.
My mom is addicted to sugar.
47-year-old Christine is completely dependent on sugar.
When I'm chewing candy, it's comforting to me. Sugar is the love of my life.
Comfort. Yes, comfort. You know, comforting. She's looking for comfort in the wrong places. Looking for comfort in the wrong places. Instead of, you know, she has to find a hobby, first of all, because what is she doing there? I don't know if she, let's see what else she says, because I hope she's working out. Maybe instead of sitting there and eating some candy, go and do 100 push-ups and 100 jumping jacks and 100 squats. Doesn't matter how long it takes you. The longer, the better. After that, you're going to be tired. You're going to be done. You probably even can be thinking about food. Hopefully, it's already time for you to go to bed. And you know what? Go to sleep. Let's go.
Christine devours cake for breakfast, bags of candy for lunch, and sundaes for dinner.
My mom eats sugar all day, every day.
Each day, she consumes over 6,500 calories in
6,500 calories? Wait a minute here. Wait a minute here. I have so many questions myself. I have a lot of questions myself. So, like I mentioned earlier, like I said, does she work out or anything? Hopefully they answer my questions as well. I wanna give my most best answer possible or advice possible. So I hope I get my more criteria with all this. 6,500 calories a day on carbs. Depending how long she's been doing this, if they say she's been doing this for a year or two, she should have been bigger than what she looks. Let's see.
candy for lunch and sundaes for dinner.
My mom eats sugar all day, every day.
Each day she consumes over 6,500 calories.
Each day, 6,500 calories. And that's easy to do on sugar. It is easy to do. It is really easy to do. On carbohydrates, on sugars, it's really easy to do.
In nothing.
And you know, fructose is also a sugar from fruit. But even that, she might not be able to consume 6,500 calories if she ate fruit. Why? Because fruit will carry way more fiber because of the skin. Because of the skin of the fruits. A lot of fruit has fiber in it. Fiber will fill you up as well. All that. So there you have it.
But sweets.
My mom can't even go 1 hour without eating sugar.
When I wake up in the morning, I have to reach over and grab my black.
See, and this becomes a cycle. It becomes a cycle because she can never get full of sugars. She cannot. The body cannot get full. It cannot get full on sugars. To a certain extent, it might, but only for like a couple of minutes. And next thing you know, you are starving again. Why? The body is feeding branched chain amino acids, is feeding polyunsaturated fat, monounsaturated fat, good saturated fat, is feeding that other macronutrients. So it's going to continually give her cravings, and that craving it's a sign for the other macronutrient, but she gives it more sugar, so it becomes a cycle.
Jelly beans. I eat sweet things everywhere. I eat first thing in the morning. I eat it while I'm driving. 5 bags of jelly beans.
She has the mentality of a 5-year-old when she goes grocery shopping. It's just junk food and sugar.
Yeah, so I'm gonna stick to her. I think she's just looking for comfort in the wrong places. What I would say is what happened in her past, because she's looking for peace of mind or comfort, but in food, you know. So in order to have her feel good, because whatever happened in her past, and like I said, I don't want to judge. Everybody has a past. Everybody has gone through a traumatic experience, and sometimes those traumatic experiences will make you do things like this.
This is what I'd buy.
and this would only last me a week. A week.
Christine grew up on a farm in rural Nebraska as one of 8 children, but she never enjoyed any of the fresh foods the farm had to offer.
I liked the candy and the ho-hos and the Twinkies. They made me happy.
Christine married young, at the age of 20, and she and her husband had 2 children. But 5 years later, their marriage turned sour. After a bitter divorce, Christine's children went to live with their father. Devastated, Christine turned to sugar for comfort.
There it is. There it is. So very traumatic experience going through a divorce like this. And not only that, but also the children going with the other significant other instead of yourself. So very traumatic, losing your kids like that and not having that connection. Very traumatic. And one thing I caught on was also her upbringing with her parents. One thing with children are going to be born to, comfort. They always want comfort. So whenever they get a taste of candy, be very careful because they can surely become addicted to it if you don't take control over it. The more you give them, the more they're going to want, and that becomes a lifelong bad habit. And imagine somebody starting at, let's say, 5 years old, having that bad habit to where you're continually consuming candy at an uncontrolled state. Then imagine doing that for 15 years. She married at 24, so that's close to 20 years. So, having that already in the background, and then a traumatic experience like a divorce happens, and especially with the kids. I don't know the details behind it, but whatever traumatic experience happens and you have that, you're going to lose control because you already have a bad habit to begin with, and now that habit is just going to go berserk. It's going to go even harder, even deeper, even wider. Let's continue.
My mom being separated from us was very hard on her.
I was the single mom, I guess you could say, and so I had to be the fun mom. So when my kids came, we went for ice cream, we baked cookies, we ate candy.
She fed us sugar all the time. You could go to any cupboard, any drawer, and there was candy there waiting for you. But there was never a home-cooked, sit-down meal with my mom.
I feel like sugar makes you happy, and so when you're eating sugar constantly, you're happy, and I wanted my kids to think I was happy.
Yeah. So the sugar rush, and just finding that comfort in sugar, that fat and happy state. So here's what I would do. Well, let me see. We're in for 24 minutes. 24 minutes. It goes by really fast. Time goes by really fast. We're gonna be on here for quite a while, so hang in there with me. Bear with me. If you have any questions throughout the video, make sure you leave them in the comment section. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know if you're enjoying the video. And let's continue. Okay, so here's what I would do. Like I used the metaphor earlier with the whole vehicle going 100 miles per hour. She's going 100 miles per hour on her addiction. That's 100 miles per hour. So be very careful. She needs a psychiatrist. Okay, she needs a psychiatrist. She's going through counseling, I believe, and I think that'll help her out as well. But when it comes down to the sugar addiction, be very careful to whoever's going to be working with her. Let's say she hires a personal trainer. That personal trainer, or even a nutritionist. That nutritionist, I'm pretty sure they know how to deal with a person to this level of sugar addiction. So, but here's what I would do. She survived. It'll be nice to find out where she's at now, because it's been 5 years now. It's been 5 years, And I would like to know her state now. But anyways, I would find out exactly how much candy or how much sugar she's consuming throughout the day. If she's doing 6,500, then you know what? Keep that amount, calculate that same amount, but reduce 1,000 calories from that. Let's say, okay, she usually consumes 6,500 of that. Reduce it to 5,000. 5,000, okay, bear with me. Reduce it to 5,000 and add a little bit of protein. Add, let's say, 5 ounces of chicken. Add 5 ounces of a certain green vegetable that she can actually consume, that she'll be able to consume, because any vegetable now in her taste bud is not gonna be very tasteful whatsoever. If you're consuming this amount of candy, your taste buds are way out of line, way out of control. It's the tolerance towards that sweetness is gonna be way up there. So if you give it, let's say, some asparagus, imagine the contrast between asparagus and the level of sweetness that our taste buds have. So, okay, and then let's do that for a week or two, or let's say a week. Let's do that for a week. 5,000 calories on sugars, and then 4 ounces of lean chicken with some asparagus or whatever vegetables she can consume. If it's not asparagus, let's do spinach. It's a little bit easier to consume. We do that for a week, and then the following week, or like I said, a week or two, we'll reduce a little bit more. We'll go to 4,000 on the sugar, and then add 8 ounces of chicken. Double up or triple the vegetables, so on and so on. And then as we continue, instead of doing 3,000 of sugar with candy, do 2,000 on just fruits. Get the sugar from fruits now. You see what I'm doing? You're gradually making that change, that transition. Not cold turkey. If you do something cold turkey, you're gonna drop the ball. It's gonna be too harsh, too crazy of a change, especially for your system. Your system's already used to a certain level of sugar intake, so you got to be very careful when you're making a transition like this. We're talking about somebody that's addicted to sugar to this level here. I hope that there's not many people to this level of addiction, but if there is, and you would like for me to go more in detail on my advice in regards to training, nutrition, I can only give so much. As a disclaimer, I'm not a nutritionist by any means, but I know my macronutrients, I know my nutrition, and I practice proper nutrition. I've been practicing proper nutrition for many years, and it's not rocket science. It's not rocket science. You have to, just stick to the basics. All right. So let's continue. Let's do a little bit more. Let me know if you guys are enjoying the video thus far. We're going to continue with the live stream. We've been on here for 30 minutes now. We're going to try to go as long as possible on this Friday morning. Again, if you have a question, comment, concern, leave it down below. We have Uno. What's up, Uno? Uno saying what's up on the comment section in the chat room. Let me know if you have a question, comment, concern. Big shout out to you, man. Thanks for your support. Let's continue.
Once her children were grown, Christine moved to California to manage a restaurant and start a new life. But her addiction to sugar continued to spiral out of control.
I don't know where to turn because it's embarrassing. I don't want to feel like I'm that different from the rest of the world.
Afraid of being judged by others, Christine refuses to try new things. Instead, she uses sugar to fill the void.
I live near the beach, However, I'm extremely scared of water. I'd just stand back and I'd watch other people feeling sorry for myself.
With both her children thousands of miles away, Christine has deliberately cut herself off from the rest of the world.
My mom is halfway across the country, and I'm at Texas. She was very isolated in her life.
I feel lonely, but I will never tell that to anybody. If you're alone, you'll never have any frustrations or disappointments in life.
See, so that's the thing. She's just she's dealing with trauma. She's actually dealing with trauma, and she needs to get healthier in order to deal with that trauma more effective, more efficient, and hope for the best. Because if she continues like this, the worst, you know, I don't want to say the worst, you know, the worst will be ending, her life ending. So, all right, we're gonna go ahead and let's go ahead and end the video here, and we're gonna transition over to the question of the day, which I'm in Reddit. Let me see. Okay, so here's the question here. All right. Oh no, I'm the same way. Awesome. Yeah, so Uno said, you know, same thing, you know, nutrition. Nutrition plays a huge part. One thing about nutrition is that in relation to working out, people believed that you can get in great shape just by working out. That nutrition didn't really play a part there. You just had to work out hard and you will get in great shape. Because I used to have the same mentality growing up as well. As long as I worked out hard, I was going to get in really great shape. And that does not work. It's not sustainable. Your body's going to be getting destroyed in the long run, because it's going to continually not receive the right nutrition to recover, repair, heal, and build from the workout. When you work out, you're actually stimulating the muscle. You're breaking down muscle fiber tissue. So it needs the building blocks. It needs the branched chain amino acids. It needs the vitamins, minerals. It needs its nutrition in order for it to do that. If it continually doesn't have that, it starts to go into catabolic state. It starts breaking down muscle. It starts not developing properly. All that starts to happen when the nutrition part is not there to back up your workout. Water intake is a big one too, so just a heads up on that. Let's go into the question. Let me see. All right. Let me lower this down a little bit. You know, I'm gonna take off the music. I'm gonna leave the music off. Let me know in the comment section down below if, on my reaction videos, would you like music on the background or no music? Somebody messaged a couple of days ago that they didn't really like the whole music thing, but I don't know. I think some people like it, some people don't. I don't mind it. Either I'll have it or I don't. Doesn't matter, especially on these reaction videos. I want to make sure that I'm giving the right information. If the music is hindering my train of thought, then I will take it down. So let me know in the comment section if you would like background music or not. All right, so let's get into the question. We have this question here. What does a cut accurately look like for you? Okay, what does it look like? This was posted 23 hours ago. Okay, so let's see. Personally, I have struggled with the concept of cutting. The concept of cutting. Okay, cutting in a nutshell just means reducing body fat. Reducing body fat percentage. Not overall weight, reducing body fat percentage. A lot of times you can stay in the same weight. Let's say you weigh 165, and if the body builds muscle and reduces body fat percentage, your weight is going to stay the same at 165. The way that you're going to notice the change is how your clothing is fitting, how you feel, how you look, and how you perform. That's how you're going to know. And if you have a good monitor to monitor your body fat percentage, then go based on that. But then a disclaimer behind the measuring tools on body fat percentage, they're all going to be just an estimate. There's no such thing as 100% accurate on body fat percentage. The only way that you're going to know your accurate body fat percentage is if you're on your deathbed. If the doctors get a hold of your body, and that's the only way that they're going to know your body fat percentage. Or a dunk tank. Dunk tank is still not 100%. Okay, dunk tank is still not 100%. The DEXA scan is not 100%. I can almost say nothing is 100%. It's all going to be an estimate. Some of them are closer to them than others, but they're never 100%. So don't go 100%, like to the dot. Let's say you're 19.7%. You might be 20%. You might be 19%. So I have a solid muscular foundation and know I will look great with 10 to 15 pounds cut. Okay, so he said he has a good muscular foundation. So he already has a good amount of muscular or muscle mass. So he's saying if he cuts down 10 to 15 pounds off of his physique with that much muscle, then he will look good. He will look great. Recently took some medical board exams and lost my mojo. Okay, so he's demotivated. He lost his mojo. All right, because he's more interested in studying, which is fine. Yeah, there's a time and place. But then when you put both of them together, you get in great shape. You stay in great shape. You're able to actually concentrate better on any exams, test taking, and stuff like that. So fitness is not only physically but also mentally. I was really consistent with the gym prior for several months. Better than ever, actually, but I feel like my diet is always the same. See, the diet is always the same. Here's the thing. I don't know how his diet is, his macronutrients, how much protein he's consuming, how much good fats, how much carbs. I don't know that. I don't know his macronutrients. So I don't know what he means by his diet is still the same. I don't know what his diet is looking like. When you have a certain amount of portion control, let's say you eat the same amount every single day, you can always keep that same amount a day. If you want to lose some weight, you don't have to make any changes to your diet. What you will make changes on is your fitness, your workout. Instead of working out the same, you got to pick it up a notch if you want to lose some weight. Keeping the same amount of daily calorie intake, portion control. Keeping the same portions, okay? You're not going to move nothing around on your portions. Same. The only thing that you're going to raise is your output, okay? Workout calorie output, okay? If you don't want to move your workout, then that's when you adjust your calorie intake or your diet. You lower down your portions, okay? So diet is always the same. Okay, so if he's already demotivated, he's not really going to do more, right? And if his diet is the same, he's going to stay the same. He's going to stay the same. Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. And if he wants to cut those 10 or 15 pounds, he's going to have to change something. Either your workout or your nutrition. Something has to change. All right. Thank you, Uno, for the shout out. Thank you. It's always my honor to serve, to have served in the Marines. All right, so I find myself snacking, eating S food on weekends, only at nights. Only at nights, he says. Okay. I find myself snacking, eating. Bad food on the weekends. If it's every single weekend, like I mentioned earlier, if you want to maintain a certain physique, you can treat yourself every weekend. You can snack or whatever and this and that. But if you want to really make a difference, like let's say you lose 5 pounds throughout the week and then you gain them on the weekend because you wanted to treat yourself, and then you go back on the week and you lose a 5 pounds, you're going to be just maintaining. Let's say you're 185 on Monday, and by the end of the week you're 180, and then throughout the weekend you're 185. Do you go back into the week, you're 180. You're just maintaining around 182 pounds. You're maintaining that, which is fine if that's kind of what you want. But here we're talking about changing. We're changing. We want to look great by losing 10 and 15 pounds. So he's gonna have to cut down on the snackings and alcohol for at least 1 weekend. You can go every other. He can snack and have some alcohol every other weekend, because 2 weeks worth of fitness, proper nutrition, calorie deficit will reduce around close to 10 pounds. And that's counting water retention, okay? When it comes down to body fat, you will lose a good amount of body fat just in 2 weeks. I love relaxing and taking a weekend night to enjoy myself. But I fear that eating junk food has become an activity to me mentally. Yeah, like I said, you can do it every other weekend, but if you're trying to go all the way down to losing 10 or 15 pounds, you're going to have to skip a weekend. All right. So, yeah, you got to be careful with making it mentally, because you can start building a bad habit. And bad habits are hard to break once you're ready to remove them, and you have to remove them. If I want to get lean, what are some ways I can approach this behavior? All right, a lot of times people are snacking on the weekend because they start with carbs and they continue with carbs or sugars, salts, and they never get full. So you're going to continually be snacking, just like the lady that we did a reaction video on earlier. If you don't have that protein, good fats to start with, you're going to continually be snacking. If you have that, you're going to be saturated. You're not going to want any food if you're full. So make sure you concentrate on proteins, good fats, good oils. That way it fills you up. You're not thinking about food. If you're continually consuming carbs, sugars, you're going to be thinking about food because you're going to be hungry the next 10, 15 minutes. I don't want to avoid alcohol and junk food entirely. Yep, there you go. You don't have to. Go every other weekend. Every other weekend. It's not a long time. 2 weeks, that's not a long time. But I feel like my current habits are always limiting my progress. Yep. Yeah, and it's going to continue to do that. Like I said, if you keep this up right here, if you keep it steady throughout the week with a good fitness regimen, workout regimen, and nutrition regimen, and then that weekend you enjoy yourself, you're going to just maintain. Which is better than gaining, right? If you do that more often, let's say you now treat yourself throughout the weekend, now it's going to be harder to lose those 5 pounds, because now you treated yourself. So instead of 5 pounds, you're only going to be losing 3 pounds, and that's not enough. Now you're going to gain more than 3 pounds on the weekend. Therefore, you have 2 pounds deficit or surplus. You have 2 pounds surplus every weekend. And if you do that for 4 weekends, now you're 8 pounds heavier in a month based on what you were the month before. I know having a leaner body will make me feel happy. Yep. But I debate whether that happiness is surface level based on social standards. Yeah. I don't know how he looks. I don't know exactly how he wants to look. If it's just looks it shouldn't be just based on looks. It should be how you feel, how you look, how you perform, and how you're feeling. Okay. A lot of people feel bad because you don't have the right nutrition as well. You don't have the right fuel. You feel fatigued. You feel depleted. What's the word I'm looking for? Just fatigued. You feel fatigued, weak, because you didn't recover. You didn't repair. You didn't heal. None of that happened. So make sure your nutrition is on point because of that as well. Not just because you want to lose some weight, but also because you want to replenish, you want to heal, you want to recover, you want to have brain food, okay? All right, so yeah, that's about it right there. I give a lot of information on the video, so I think that'll help anybody out as well. So, and we've been on here for 46 minutes. We can almost hit an hour on here easily. I'll be here all day, every day. So make sure you take care of your bad habits gradually, and make sure you have a coach. Make sure you have a coach, a personal trainer, somebody that can guide you, somebody that has a profession in the field. If you don't have a profession in this field and you have your own career, it's hard to focus on both at the same time, because getting fit, getting in great shape requires a little bit more effort than just doing the bare minimum in compared to you giving your whole effort to your career. So yeah, don't take it lightly. Find a good personal trainer, find a good coach. Attach yourself to good people that are after the same goals, fitness, nutrition, and still enjoying themselves. Still enjoying themselves at its time and place. So, but yeah, we're gonna go ahead and end the live stream here. We went for 47 minutes long, and let's see if I can keep this up. I like doing these long ones. We have a video, we have a question to answer, and I don't know. Let's see what we can get into. I hope that you enjoyed the video, the live stream. If you joined me here live, thank you so much for your support always. It really does mean a lot to me. I do pay attention to those that leave comments in the comment section. I like to see who are those that are commenting. If you just hit the like button, thank you so much as well. But it will mean a little bit more if you leave a comment, because I can put a name to that. Okay, so leave a comment, a question, or a concern down below. If you don't want to type anything, just leave me your favorite emoji in the comment section. If you're watching this as a pre-recording, hit that like button, leave a comment, a question, or concern, and I'll see you on the next one. Hopefully you can join me on the next live stream. I'm going to try to do this a little bit more often than usual, so make sure you are subscribed. If that subscribe button is still red, that means you're not subscribed. Make sure you subscribe. Be part of the revolution. Be part of my channel here, and I'll try to take care of you to the best of my ability by answering any questions, giving you advice, and giving you some motivational videos, something that everybody can relate to. And also hit that notification button, that bell. That way you don't miss none of my future videos. Other than that, you guys take care, be safe, be nice with each other, always and forever. Mind, body, and strive.